バカな。旧人類に。
ありえるんだよ。残念だったな。
間違い。優選手の俺が負けるはずだ。そうだ。これは卑劣レイ。
So how messed up is this guy?
そうもう少しで AI のは
素直に認めろ。
きっとリミッターが貴様らに有利なように働く。なんとも卑怯な。
そんなわけないだろう。王将ではどんな教育をしているのか。
ああ、いずれ見るがいい。貴様らエイリアニストに目に物見せてくれるわ。
Usher student turns around and then calls out to me again, his voice tinged with hatred.
貴様
何？
貴様のようなゲスの名前を。
面倒だ。そのくらい参加者名簿にアクセス。
Well, I say that, I look up his name
門
too.
倉こう。偽名じゃない。
本名だ。お前こそどうなんだ？王将のジルベルト。
Gilberto.
誇りある我が名を偽るものか。
It's magnificent. Your name sucks dick, dude. Fucking Gilberto. Like, not only do you have the unfortune of being named fucking Gilbert, but fucking Gilberto. Fucking. Bro, I'd hate my parents. They fucking named me Gilberto. Fuck out of here. Bro, I can't wait to beat your ass. Use a force crash by pressing the A and B buttons at the same time. Ally unit sub gauges. Yeah, okay. Resonance blade. New tutorials.
王将のジルベルト。お前。
The appearance of an asshole from my past leaves me stupefied.
それはこっちのセリフだ。貴様こそなぜ生きている。
どうやらお互い灰色のクリスマスで息絶えていたと。
何を言って施設の爆破からどうやって逃れたかと聞く。
Huh? What does he mean, factory explosion? Is he talking about the explosion that made me lose my memories?
おい、どうした。頭を打って休む。どうやつ。まあいい。貴様が生きてあっさり死なれてる。時間をかけている。あのメス犬もお前が俺にひれ伏す様を目の当たりにすれば。
何年経っても。
Anyway, should capture him alive. If I can strip him down to his avatar, I'll have plenty of ways to get the information I want out of him.
女装しろ。降伏すれば。
いっさ誰に物を言ってなぜ貴様ごときウジ虫に。
やり口も昔と。
だがあいにく時間切れで次に会った時に貴様。
待て。逃がすかよ。邪魔をするな。
Scatter, bitches! I'm heated. Another one. See, that's the thing with playing the hand grenade game. Eventually one of them's gotta land. Just takes a while. There we go. Grenade. Frag out. There we go. Fuck. You're gonna give out that goddamn overheat gauge. Oh! Grenade. Oh, fuck. Once again, forgetting about my overheat gauge. Wait for them to strike. Wait for them to do something. Circle them. Circle them. Okay. Yep. You just gotta wait for them to show their ass. The scorpion. Ah! Wait for it to attack. Wait for it to attack. You can get close. Pop, pop. Oh, you fucker. Leveled up my body blow. We'll take that. By the time I finish, Gilbert's nowhere to be seen.
ご無事ですか？
ああ、俺はなんとか。それよりレイン。
至急ログアウトしてください。早く。
First thing I feel when I return to reality is the cold sensation of concrete below my body. I open my eyes, I get an eyeful of legs and boots. A red droplet falls to the ground beside them.
お帰りなさいませ。注意。
Look up in the direction of the pained voice and see Rain bleeding from the forehead. She's got a gun in her hand, she's pointing at the entrance to the alley. Riders have gathered there and they're giving us hostile glares.
これは
見ての通り、囲まれ。
She replies in a stiff voice. Riders aren't coming any closer, maybe they're afraid of getting shot. But they are throwing rocks at us. She lets out a groan. She protect me from the rocks the entire time I spent diving?
こいつら
Anger and panic take over my mind and I draw my gun without thinking.
いけません。撃てば
しかし
焦らないでください。このくらい大事ね。
Walk up next to her and point my gun at the crowd too. Tension in the air makes my throat go dry and I feel like I'm gonna choke. Sweat dripping down my brow stings my eyes and nearly makes me fire. Suddenly the roar of a VTOL aircraft reverberates in the air. Riders all look up at the sky at once. There are a bunch of the CDF's air raid units up there.
あれは私たちの直ちに逮捕せねば全員逮捕いたします。
Rain yells out with a dignified voice. One by one the riders run away from the entrance to the alley. The street on the other side has fallen silent after the VTOL passed through.
とにかく今は急いで立ち去る。
Rain and I run down the now empty slums as fast as we can. Okay.
現在、シティは非常警戒態勢下にあります。外出は控え、一般市民は最寄りの建物に避難してください。
VTOLs are flying above us like hornets, blaring warnings like that one. I simultaneously hear gunshots and uncomfortable silence. Rain's covering up the injury on her forehead with a handkerchief.
大丈夫か
ええ、かすり傷です。診療所までたどり着けば手当
Suddenly, footsteps resound through the streets. Panicking riders rush toward
ロイ
us.
先生の診療
That moment, we're caught up in the wave of people. It's like a tsunami of rioters.
レインこいつら
Can't see her anywhere. I only see the faces and backs of scared people. Step on something soft, it makes a chill go down my spine. Falling here would mean getting trampled. Doing my best to keep standing, I swim through the wave of people. Once out of it, I take a deep breath of the cleaner air. Wave left behind only a few people, some of which were running around, while others were lying on the road.
レイン
Stumble about checking every dead body. Run to someone. It scares me and I quickly brace myself. Then I'm filled by another kind of surprise. The one before me makes me lose my words. Chinatsu? Yep. She also opens her eyes wide. She's wearing a long coat. Her face is fair and there's a long ponytail trailing behind her.
千夏
Her name escapes my mouth. She stares at me dumbfounded as her mouth shivers.
千夏俺だよ俺
My heart is filled with joy. I actually met her again. I walk up to put my hand on her shoulder.
もちろん覚えているよ。
She touches my hand. Almost feels like she hates me.
すまんつい
久しぶりだね。
She looks at her fingernails, talks in a flat voice, as if trying to hide her emotion.
嬉しいけど今はのんきにおしゃべりしてる場合。
She points at the sky with her chin. There's a CDF VTOL hovering above.
警告。銃器を装備している者は無警告で射殺します。
Gunshots, followed by explosions and screams a few blocks down.
じゃあまたね。
Chinatsu turns around and runs off without even giving me another look. Not finding what to say, I just watch her leave. Switch my focus and hurry over to Noi's clinic. Classmates.
さあ、何を恥ずかしがっている？傷の手当てをしてやるから早く服を脱ぎたまえ。
いえ、ですから体には怪我がないと。
素人判断はやめた方がいい。いいかね？
I'm the doctor here. That fucking grin. From outside the room, I see Noi grinning as she tries to undo the buttons on Rain's clothes. I sigh and knock on the open door.
あ、コウさん。
見たまえ。彼が来てしまったではないか。
俺が来る前にな
子供は知らなくていい。
ご無事で
That's
した
not for children to know, young man.
なあレインこそ無事でよかった
Looks like Noi checked her out her wound. If I strain my eyes, I can vaguely see a skin-colored derm on her forehead. Seeing her face fills me with relief. The fatigue from all that running in the riot attacks me all at once, making me collapse into a chair.
災難だったな。これに懲りて政治集会など近寄らぬことをおすすめするよ。
Noy takes out some derms from a first aid kit and starts applying them to my wounds.
暴動が頻発しているというのは
シティは常に緊張状態。ちょっとしたショックですぐに臨界点を超える。
She reaches up to try to apply a derm to my forehead, but she's too short to reach it.
末期状態なんだな。
I sigh and lower my forehead, letting her reach my forehead and apply the derm. It's cold, but it quickly starts to dampening the pain. Man, so much happened here. Yonouchi's speech, assassination, the unpleasant reunion with Gilbert, the riot, and finally the meeting with Chinatsu. Unwittingly, I look at Noi's face.
どうした？私の顔に見とれているの？
Though she may look young, she knows a lot about what goes on behind the
いえ
scenes.
先生、米内議員が暗殺されたのをご存知
No.
ですか？
ああ、速報でした。何やらスキャンダルを告発しようとした直後、ドミニオンに暗殺されたらしいじゃないか。
Assassinated by Dominion. So that's what they're saying on the news.
米内議員が暴露しようとしていたスキャンダル。
もしも告発の相手が政敵の阿南義雄市長だとすれ、何を告発されても不思議はないな。
She grins bitterly.
阿南市長は以前からエッジ企業との癒着や贈賄についていろいろ噂されていましたから。
Rain chimes in with an explanation.
つまり灰色政治家ってわけか。
絵に描いたような灰色だよ。もっとも彼の無節操な企業優遇のおかげでシティの経済発展がもたらされたのも否定できない。
だからこそ過去何度も告発を受けながらも有罪にならず市長の席に座り続けていられるん
Damn,
です。
that's crazy. Imagine being. Well, how? In the world we live in, people can be convicted of, I don't know, say 30 plus felonies and become the president or something. That'd be crazy, right?
なるほどね。
So is today's assassination just another case of a corrupt politician trying to hide something? If that's the case, it probably has little to do with my situation, but something about it doesn't feel right.
まあそれでもアナンが今の状況に焦りを感じているのは確かだろうな。
焦りと言いますと、
ゴートのシティ駐留が始まったのだよ。
Goat? The goat?
ゴートですか？
ゴート統合軍対 AI 対策班のことですよ。
暴走する AI に対抗するために統合が編成したネット部隊。昨年よりそのゴートの軍隊がシティに駐留することになったのだ。
統合軍がその目的は？
名目上はシティのネット内外での部だがその本意は誰も知らん。
シティは違法なナノバイオ物質の供給源の一つとしてたびたび統合から非難をされてきましたし、
肝心なのはゴートは現市長のアナン一派とは対立していて、そのこともあり米内一派を公に支援していることだ。
つまり米内議員は追い風に乗ってスキャンダルを公表し、一気にアナン一派を失墜させようとしていた。
そしてアナンはアナンで政敵の米内が統合軍の後押しで力を得るのを恐れ。
そうだ。おかげで市議会も AI 派と反 AI 派の派閥に分かれて構想中だ。
しかしありきたりなスキャンダルを米内議員があそこまで勢い込んで、しかもあんな形で告発したりするものでしょうか。仮にアナン市長の告発をしても、彼ならば贈賄程度の事件ならば部下に責任をなすりつけて生き延びることができそうですし。
暗殺をする必要はないか。確かに汚職が発覚するより暗殺計画が露呈する方がはるかに致命的だろうしな。
Does he have a secret bad enough to drive him to do something so extreme?
さて、固い話はそれぐらいにして、そろそろ診察を始めようか。
I almost forgot about
じ
that.
ゃあ先生、よろしくお願い。
よし、いい返事だ。
Now
では
strip.
早速全裸になって
Yep.
そこに入ったまえ。
Yeah, I do. Get naked.
何を恥ずかしがっていいかね。私
処置って
今日は君の体を精密検査する。ナノマシンの影響が余計なところに。
しかし
I slowly get up from the
勘
chair.
違いをするな。これいいからさっさと脱がか。脱げ。うつ伏せ寝で気をつけ。尻高く上げ。
I love this little shit. Get naked, bend over, spread it.
いえ結構ですから。
As I try to run, Noi tackles me and clings to my body like a koala.
あ、 ちょっと先生離
I
れて
love this little shit.
往生際の悪いやつだ。
I'm in your ass.
手伝ってくれ。
私
当然だ。君も部下なら彼の裸など見慣れているだろう。
What?
そんなわけありません。
Ray turns beet red, looks away. That's so innocent, I can't help but stare. Next moment, I feel a jet injector in my neck. On the sound of the jet, all power is drained from my body.
余計な手間を。
せめてレインを
仕方がないな。わかった。レイン、ちょっと部屋から出ていてくれ。
はい。
Rain runs out of the room, and Noe begins examining me. By the time the examination ends, it's evening.
よし。全身とも異常なし。君は見事な健康体だ。
そりゃどうも
Tortured by a sense of emptiness, I put on my clothes. I felt less like an examination, more like a weird sexual activity.
まったく。泌尿器検査や肛門検診でいちいち悲鳴を上げおった。軍隊でも定期検診ぐらい受けただろう。
すみません何
I forgot all of that, but I'm certain that army doctors aren't fake little girls like her. At that moment, Rain fearfully returns to the room.
ああ、ちょうど今し、もう今日は連れて。
Dragging her lab coat behind her, Noe disappears into the other room.
さて、コウさん、どうします？
もうこんな時間だしなセキュリティの問題もあるだろうし難しいんじゃないか
Also, right now, I want to get some food in me and rest my body in a decent bed.
となると、行くと
All reliable. In the end, return to the usual
コウ
hotel.
さん、食事の用意ができました。
On the table, I see some open cans, ready-made soup, and some hardtack.
すみません。こんなものしか用意できなくて。
いいさオートミールより数段マシさ
On an empty stomach, even some questionable canned meat and overheated soup is delicious. I can feel the nutrients shake my body. The sensation is something you can't gain even out of a virtual fine dining. Rain is silently eating her canned meat.
どうかしました？
いや今日の缶詰はうまいなと思って
本当の鶏のお肉らしいです。闇市で仕入れたので、真偽のほどは定かじゃありませんが。
まあ原材料は知らぬが仏ってやつなんだ
そうです。
Rain's eating the meat using a knife and fork. She seems pretty skilled at it. It's very refined, showing that she's high class.
なあレインのことをいろいろ教えてくれないか
Maybe we want to get to know her
え
better.
え、構いませんよ。
She wipes her mouth with a napkin and gives me the usual smile.
霧島レイン、女、血液型 AB。
A woman, thanks for clarifying.
誕生日
I
は
was totally
1
unsure of that
24
one.
日の獅子座で、
いやそういうのじゃなくて
Wait, we're the same age? All this time I thought she was older. Wait, that's just because my consciousness is stuck in my school
あ
years.
の、もっと違う。
いやそうでも決してやましい意味ではなく
After thinking of the non-technical questions like, are those D cups? I eventually come across a decent
レ
subject.
インは確か宝章の出身だったよな
ええ、
だったらレイン
私はデザイナーズチャイルドではありませんよ。
She understands my question and answers with a smile on her face.
そうかごめんなついでも宝章といえばデザイナーズチャイルドの印象が
仕方がありません。実際学園の主役はデザイナーズチャイルドたちでしたから。
She becomes a bit gloomy.
人数に占める割合は3分の1から4分の1であっても、一般学生はどこか肩に
そうなんだ
I'm curious about what her school life was like, but it's hard to ask when she's making that face. I'll just change the subject.
でも昔から不思議古風で保守的な宝章にどうしてデザイナーズチャイルドが多いのかって
古風で保守的だからこそ遺伝子操作された改良人種に
改良人種
Gilbert's face comes to mind. The guy can't say two sentences without mentioning that he's superior.
彼らの理想は牧歌的な19世紀から21世紀初頭まだ人間が世界の主役だった時代です。デザイナーズチャイルドは AI に対して主役
AI が世界の主役なんて思って
反 AI の人ほど AI に世界の主役を奪われたと思っているらしいですよ。
Rain makes a bitter smile.
それで宝章の連中はうちを目の敵にしてたの
彼らにとって青春は疎ましい存在だったと思います。スポーツなどの一部を除けば実績で青春に負けっぱなしでしたし、ましてやエリート意識の強いデザイナーズチャイルドと世間知らずの金持ちの子供の集団なのですから。
She makes a bitter face now. She really didn't like the school she went
で
to.
もレインは偉いよ AI にも偏見を持ってないし 宝生出身のお嬢様なのに全然高慢さとかを感じないし。
Try helping her out with those words, but I don't feel like I did a good job.
私も昔は世間知らずの箱入り娘だったんです。
Even so, she smiles at me.
確かに家も裕福な部類には入る。
なるほど。実家の職業を聞いても。
父は統合軍の将校でした。
そりゃすごい。エリート。
I'm an officer myself, but a mere merc simulacrum pilot like me is nothing compared to a GU soldier. In fact, I find it weird that the daughter of such an elite person is living with me.
私、本当は青州学園を志望していたんです。
Rain speaks up again.
前もそんなことを言ってたな。残念だな。レインと学園生時代に知り合っていたら。
She falls silent. The way she tilts her face makes her look sad. So they did meet at some point during their school days.
すまない。
いえ、コウさんは何もけど、
けど。
私のことを。
She wipes her eyes and bites her lip. She's holding back her emotions, which makes it even harder to look at her. It's not the first time either, and honestly, I wish she'd let it out for once.
よかったら話せば少しは楽になる。俺もレインに話を聞いてもらう。もちろん気が向いた。
Did I pry too deep?
たった一人の親友が青春。
Rain slowly begins speaking.
青春に。
素敵なセカンドの女の子でした。明るくて屈託がなくて、そのくせ優しくて。
Let me guess, it was Sora.
彼女みたいになりたいと。
その子は。
彼女は灰色のクリスマス。
そうか。
Rain falls silent and I can't find what to say. Rain lost her friend during Great Christmas. Maybe that's the reason why she threw herself into battle.
私が代わりになりたかった。
Uh-huh. Okay. That's why you've become like my second in command, huh?
レイン。
私なんて生きていてもどうしよう。あの子には友達もたくさんいて。
Her voice is shaking with wild emotions. She's doing her best to keep them in check.
どうしてあの子が。
Is there any way for me to help her with that?
レイン。
Put my hands on her shoulders. Her open eyes are full of tears. She's looking at me with surprise. Once the surprise fades, it's replaced by grief. Rain clings to me with such force that I fall backwards. Our chests are touching. Her weight seems very precious.
レイン。
I gently bring her closer to me.
注意。
She entrusts herself to me and rubs her teary cheek against mine. Her golden hair tickles me as I gently pat her head.
泣いていいよ。
Hiding her sobs, she shakes her head. Her tears stop as if jammed. Seems like she can't cry. She probably doesn't know how to. Even so, she doesn't let go of my
わ
body.
かった。俺、しばらく没入。その間、俺の体は枕顔。
After a brief pause, Rain nods. Still embracing her arms, I initiate the dive process. As I feel the warmth within my arms, my consciousness is dragged off into the emptiness. My soul now wanders the net space. Not knowing where to go, I arrive at Arvel City. Kisaragi dorm is quiet and feels really barren.
さすがにアキネは寝ているだろうな。
I want to just waltz in there, so I just put my back against the wall and crouch. If I remember correctly, this is how Makoto was crouching when I first met her. It's not raining this time, though, and I won't get a cold. Dozing off, I look at the virtual night sky. Doing that alone makes me feel strangely nostalgic and sad. The people I met, the people I was reunited with, the people who should have been somewhere, the people I left behind, this and that person. What are they up to now? What do you think, Rain? I hear something walk on the nearby
ア
grass.
キネ
Look around to see no one. There's an NPC girl a short distance away, but that's
こ
it.
んな時間でもリ
Slightly impressed, I rub my eyes. When I open them again, the NPC is gone.
もう寝るか。
Oh, interesting. Giving into my drowsiness, I close my eyes. As my consciousness fades, flashes of light start dancing in my head and melt into my memory.
先生、ありがとうございました。
After the long battle, we thank Mr.
気
Kurihara.
にしなくてもいい。君たちは私の大事な後輩。
The fact that even Chinatsu shows respect to him makes me kinda happy.
ああ、すまん。呼び出しがかかった。
He raises his hand and vanishes.
さて、俺たちも離脱すっか。
あ
あ、ちょっと待って。
Chinatsu holds me by the arm.
じゃ、先に行ってるからな。
Also vanishes, leaving just me and Chinatsu. His This feels kind of awkward.
でもないやつだったね。
まったくだな。
Looking at Chinatsu's face reminds me of the pain in her expression and voice. There wasn't a limiter on, Gilbert could have easily done something terrible to her. I can't ignore the fact that I was the one who dragged her into this.
なあ、もうあんな痛い目に遭いたくない。
Thinking of suggesting that she quit the
どう
tourney.
なんだろうね。
She sighs, looks at me, and gives me a bitter
だ
smile.
けど私、特に女だからってバカにするやつには絶対に負けたくないんだよね。
Hell yeah, Queen.
千夏はきっとそうだろうな。
だから怖いけど、だってここでやめたら我ながら負けず嫌いっていうのか。
She grins, filling my heart with warmth. She's intent on fighting despite what she went
そ
through.
れにさ、こう私のために私誰かにかばわだからかばわれて、しかもこれで2回目だもんね。
I'm gonna protect you, and yet
ありがとう。
Chinatsu puts her hand on my shoulder and brings her face so close I can feel her breathing. Something soft and warm touches my cheek. It's her lips. This doesn't last, though, and Chinatsu quickly backs away.
初デートの次は私たち順当にステップを踏んでるよね。
お前
相棒にあんまし変なことを期待してるとがっかりするぞ。
Once back in my real body, I first feel the warmth embracing me and the smell of skin tickling my nose. Rain's face, god damn it, press the button. Rain's face is right in front of my eyes. She fell asleep while clinging to me. I want to pull us apart, but her hands stop me. Man, if I force it, I'll probably wake her up. My eyes get used to the darkness. Her white cheeks have traces of tears on them, and the edges of her eyes still have a hint of red on them.
あれからずっと泣いてたのかな。
She got to sleep after crying her eyes out then.
そっとしておこ
Feeling her scent, I close my eyes.
お願い死なないで。
Her sleep talking makes me open my eyes again.
いや、せっかくのに死なないで。
Another tear escapes her eye.
好きしてます。
Who is she talking to? I have no idea, but she must be having a nightmare. One about someone she loved and lost. I gently caress her head. As her smooth hair tickles my palm, she sighs in comfort. I hope she can at least stop being so tense when sleeping. As one who knows that she has a sad past, I hope she at least has peaceful dreams.
う。傷を舐め合う関係。
I want to believe that we're not just consoling one another. The feeling of something detaching and the rustling of the sheets wakes me up. Light rains on my closed eyes.
いけない。
I listen to her voice try to go to sleep again. I wanted a bit more sleep. Suddenly I feel rain bend down.
ありがとうございます。注意。
I feel something soft and wet touch my cheek. The sensation is... Unable to confirm it, I continue wandering between sleep and the waking world.
さあ、注意。そろそろ起きてください。
Eventually, Rain shakes me awake. She gives me her usual smile as if nothing happened.
おはようございます。こうさん。
ああ、おはよ
シティ公共放送チャンネルで米内議員暗殺についての情報が配信されました。
An info processing agent program appears before me and inorganically tells me that.
最新のニュースがネットに流れたようです。食事の前に注意も確認しておいてください。
う。いや、
先日の米内議員暗殺事件に関して CDF はこれに対し教会側のスポークスマンは事件との関与を否定、悪質な世論操作であると CDF を非難しております。一方、都市中流のゴートは教会拠点捜索のため CDF への協力を惜しまないとの声明を発表し
Rain and I start a new day. We both arrive at Arvel City. We thought that meeting the others would fix my memory a bit and help me get close to solving the secrets surrounding me.
ようこそアーバルシティへ。
Even though we know the way, there's an NPC escorting
な
us.
あ、君を作ったのは西野明って人なんだ。
はい。私のオリジナルデザインはアーク所属の NPC デザイナーである西野女子により開発されました。
君の容姿のデザインには
残念ながらその質問には答えられま NPC の詳細についての質問は
ありがとう。もう行っていいよ。
She slightly bows and walks off.
どうしたんですか、コウさん。
大したことじゃないんだ。あの子にそっくりな女の子が昔。
そう。
それってやっぱり変だよな。
いえ、 考えてみればそれほど変でもないでしょう。実在の人物をモデルに NPC。
Green points at the virtual city. Over there you can see Napoleon, a 20th century anime character, and a rock star.
実在の偉人、タレントにモデルといったさらには創作物のキャラクター、ありとあらゆる人物で NPC。
それは分かっているんだけど、有名人じゃないごく普通の人を NPC にすることってある？
特注でそうした NPC が作られることもあるから、大概は失望してすぐに飽きられてしまうそう。
特注、一体何のためにそんなものを？
個人をしのぐため、あるいは果たせない愛情や憎悪を演じ
そりゃどちらもありえないよ。
I really don't think that Aki would make an NPC like that.
まあ、アキネに直接聞いて。
Upon entering the dorm, I hear Aki and Nana talking on the second floor.
確かこう違いますってば。なんで仏像なんだが私の部屋に。あれ仏像合体。
一体。
さあ。
Ray and I take off our shoes and walk up the stairs. Their voices are coming from one of the rooms. If I remember correctly, this one's owned by...
ああ、おかえり。こう来てたんだ。
Before I can remember the room's owner, someone opens the door.
ただいま。二人とも何をし？
ちょうど入って。
It's a clean, orderly room. The scent is familiar, and there are some trees and plush toys here. Memory of this room is coming back to me, but
怪しげな仏像にマンダラのポスター。お前の部屋ってこんなに？
そんなわけないよ。でもアキ先輩のイメージだと菜の葉は悪い。人を部屋に招かなかったか。ディテールを確定するには誰か。
つまりこれは誰かさんの主観だけで再現したわけね。
アキ先輩はどんな目で人の部屋を見て。だから女の子らしい可愛い部屋。
a bit frustrated, she picks up one of the potted poison mushrooms. Well, Nana did have potted plants. Definitely not fungi, though.
こうも手伝って。
いいけど。
じゃあ。
As I pick up the pot, several dialogue windows open up.
西野亜紀さんよりチップへのリンクが。
Beyond the transparent windows, Aki makes an impish smile.
私アークのイメージジェネレーターにだから。
分かったよ。じゃあ。
The windows suddenly change, making it clear that there's now a peer-to-peer connection between us. Listening to the voice in my head, I lightly close my eyes. I know the contents of this pot. Doesn't look like I'll have any trouble remembering it. A vivid image forms in my brain. Yeah, there's cute little flowers. It was the early spring day when Nanoa moved into the dorm. Hearing them makes me open my eyes, and I see a white carnation in the pot in my hand.
すごい。まるで魔法みたいだな。
私ウィザードだから。
Oh, I love Aki's cute little blush. God damn you, Aki. She smiles proudly and takes the pot away. Memories of the flower brought back are making Nana tear up.
懐かしいな。ちゃんと庭に植えてあげなくちゃね。
これが
植物用のクラスを移植して継承する。
つまり花を NPC みたいな自律的な存在にしちゃうってこと？
そう、正確に言えば人工生命。
She took a flower from my memory and can now give it virtual life. Yeah, I can see why programmers like her are called wizards.
そういえばレインさんはどうしたの？
レインなら
ここにいますよ。
Rain is watching us from the entrance to the room.
遠慮せずに入ってきなよ。
ダメじゃん、こう。せっかく見つけた彼女なんだ。
あのな、レインは別に。
私とコウさんは戦友。
That's true, but hearing her say that so bluntly makes me kind of sad. Why? Aki's right there.
ね、早速裏庭に行って植えてみない？賛成。行こう。
As we go outside, Aki stops in place.
どうしたの？
ごめん。本社から呼び出し。
No.
そっか。行ってらっしゃい。
行ってくる。
She hurries off away from the dorm to a spot from which she can activate the move process. Ah, crap. Just hit me that I had something I had to ask her. Finding out the origin of those NPCs will take a while.
後で話があるから。
As I call out to her, Aki turns around and waves.
じゃあ始めるね。
Spade in hand, Nanoa starts digging. Looking around, I see some already planted flowers recreating part of the original garden.
考えてみれば、こんなことが仮想で再現できるなんてすごい。
野菜や果物も育つんだって。しかもちゃんと収穫して食べられるんだって。
仮想の進化もとどまるところを知らないといったか。
Slightly odd, I look at the blooming garden.
そういえばその昔仮想では死体も残骸も残らなかった。
ええ、花が摘めるようになる前の時代ですね。
I heard that was how it was like during my old man's childhood, long before the war. Back then, you couldn't pick flowers in VR. Once you tried, the laws of the net would simply abandon them as part of the simulation.
気がつけば花が摘めるように、その変更がいつ AI がどうしてロジックを変更したのかもわからない。
多分花を摘みたいという人の願望を。
ああ、そうだな。人の願望、人の視点は重要らしいからな。
花が摘める一方で誰にも関心を持たれなくなった残骸がひっそりと消えていたりもしますしね。
観測されない物体の状態、なんか量子論みたいな話で。
All the virtual corpses and remains might be considered the remnants of the will of the people involved with them. That's why the modern net has so many corpses and remains. It might eventually be able to deteriorate and decay, or maybe even host pathogens that spread disease. What is the AI leading us to?
さて、難しい話はそれぐらいにして、二人ともご飯を食べていてくれるよね。
ああ、ありがとう。ってまさか菜の葉が作ってく。
ここじゃちゃんとお野菜を切ったり、お肉を焼いて料理が作れるんだよ。
I'm in awe. Sure, it's not uncommon for virtual spaces to have food that recreates the taste and feeling of the real thing. That's a step
調
above.
理される素材の過程をものすごい処理能力を費やして手間のかかることをするんだな。
余計なことを再現するのが発想の醍醐味ってアキ先輩が言ってたよ。
飽きねえらしいな。
Anyway, virtual or not, I'll get to eat some of Nano's cooking now. The idea alone makes me salivate. All I have in real life is canned goods and rations, so I'm really excited to eat her wonderful food again.
よーし、じゃあ早速取り掛かりますか。
You go,
よか
girl.
ったら手伝ってあげて、レイン。
私がですか？はい、もちろん喜んでお手伝いいたしますが。
ありがとうレインさん。じゃあ一緒に来てくださいな。
はい。
Rain and Nano enter the dorm. Rain's walking in a strange way. Does her leg hurt or something?
まあいっか。
I lie down in the garden and look up at the virtual sky. Endless blue dotted with white clouds. The wind passing carries the smell of vegetation. During the piece, I let myself space out. Not doing anything, and nothing is happening. Almost forgotten this type of calmness.
ああ、ちょっとレインさん、何をしているんですか？
Hell yeah, let's go. I hear Nana shouting in the kitchen.
これは切ってはいけませんでしたか？
いいんですけど、肉をみじん切りにしなくても。っていうか、ちゃんと包丁使ってくださいよ。
すみません。このナイフに慣れ親しんでいるので。
また板まで切っていにしてどうするんですか？
Cutting the board
大
too.
変そうだな。
Rain isn't good at cooking. That's kind of charming. Suddenly I feel like someone's watching me.
誰だ？
It's an NPC. She's standing at the side of the road looking directly at me. What's up with her? Looking at her sad expression fills me with an indescribable feeling.
こうさん。
Suddenly Rain calls out to me from behind.
ああ、レイン。台所の方はいいのかい？
Yeah, woman.
はい。台所を追い出されてしまいました。
I turn around again and see that the NPC is gone. What was that all about?
どうかされましたか？
いや、それよりレインってひょっとして料理が苦手だったりするのか？
はい。今となっては花嫁修行を拒絶していたのが悔やまれ。
花嫁修行を。
結婚なんて愛せない男性に生涯奴隷として仕えること。
I don't understand her circumstances, but I can tell that's related to her family.
結婚だけが人生じゃないし、綺麗な花嫁になれなくたって人の価値には関係ないさ。
そうでしょうけど、それでも菜の葉さんを見ていると。
She makes a slightly troubled expression. It's rare for her to look sulky.
なんです？
いや、
As I smile back at Rain.
二人ともご飯が炊けたよ。
Well, damn, that was quick. God damn, you don't realize just how much of a hindrance Rain was being until it just takes like a 5-minute convo for Nanoa to be like, okay, we're done. Nanoa calls for us from the
行き
dorm.
ましょうか。
あ、そうだ。ああ、ごちそうさま。
Once done eating, I sigh in satisfaction.
ごめんね、大したごちそうを用意できなくて。
いや、うまかったよ。こんな。
I'm not just being nice there. It was a delicious meal of miso soup, steak, and boiled spinach. I haven't eaten such a homely meal in a long time.
本当ですね。菜の葉さんは料理の才能がありますね。
そ それほどでも。これでリアルまで満腹感を持っていければいいんですけど。
Smiling bashfully, Nanoa starts cleaning up the dishes, but Rain stops her.
後片付けは私にさせてください。
でも
大丈夫ですよ。皿洗いくらいなら多分私にもできますから。
じゃあお言葉に甘えてレインさんよろしくお願いしますね。それじゃあこうちょっと外散歩に行こう。
ああ、わかった。
不思議だよね。このまま歩いていけば学園にたどり着けそうな気がするのにね。
そうか。さすがに学園そのものは再現されていないんだな。
We walk the familiar path to school.
誰もいないグラウンドって寂しいよね。
そうだな。
We stop in place and look at the barren sports grounds. Reminds me of how Chinatsu used to run around here. Feels like it happened both recently and a long time ago.
そういえばこの前千夏に会ったよ。
千夏先輩。
ああ、シティの通りでばったりね。
It's hard to tell her that it was during a riot.
懐かしいな。そっか、先輩シティにいたんだ。ね、千夏先輩元気そうにしてた？
ああ、多分長話する暇がなかったから詳しいことはわからないけど。
I remember our encounter. It somehow felt like she was avoiding me. Can't put my finger on it, but she was different somehow. What happened to her? I'm actually really concerned, but...
千夏先輩もここに来られればいいのに。
Looking at Nanoa's smile renders me unable to say anything. Suddenly, Aki calls me.
ごめん。
何かあったの？あ、
仕事やまずそっちに帰れるの。
そうなんだ。仕事じゃ仕方がないよね。
なんなら今話を聞くけれど。
いや、またの機会にしよう。
頑張る。
Once we're done talking, Aki's form vanishes.
アキ先輩から？
今日は忙しくて夜にならないと戻れない。
そうなんだ。そういえばこう先輩に何か話があるとか言ってたよ。
まあ
Maybe Nanoa knows something about Sora and Makoto.
なあ、空と誠ちゃん。
God, how can you not pick up on that hint, bud? It feels obvious like Aki got all weird when you mentioned it. Like, you even in your own memories, you remember that you were like running toward to like help Sora with something. I'm pretty sure that was the case. When Gray Christmas happened, it's clear it's a sore spot for a lot of people, and it's like, well, a lot of people. It's been like the two that we've encountered thus far, but still, I don't know how you haven't picked up on the fact that like something, either they're dead or everyone believes that they're dead. Maybe there is a chance they're both alive, but everyone at the very least believes they're dead. Like, the official story is that they're dead. And I don't see how you can't pick up on that. She hangs her head. Oh, so she doesn't know either. Looks like she'll cry if I ask anything more. Good God. Good fucking Christ. I know a lot of visual novel protagonists tend to be a bit dense, but Jesus. She got all gloomy when I mentioned their names. She must not know anything. Oh, I saw this holograph of Sora and got this immense headache. Almost as if my brain was fighting to suppress a traumatic memory. I wonder how Sora's doing. I don't actually remember exactly what Aki's reaction was, but I'm sure it was something just like, oh, you don't remember that? Oh. Like, I feel like Aki knows the truth, but she's withholding it from you for a certain reason. Maybe because it's something that's heavily traumatic. But no, fucking... This dude's dense as a fucking cinder block. Like, oh, no one knows. Huh. Everyone gets all sad. I guess it's because they don't know. Like, yeah, I'm sure that's the fucking case, bud. Jesus. It looks like she'll cry if I ask anything more. That observation alone should tell you so much.
いや、知らないならいいんだ。
She rubs her eyes, looks up, and stares at me without blinking.
ごめんね。ただこうきっと 灰色のクリスマスでみんな辛い目に遭っているんだ。こうもいつかは思い出しちゃうのかもしれない。
Yeah, all of us, and that includes him
無理
as
に思い
well.
出そうとしなくてもいいんじゃないかな。
I don't have to force myself to remember. This isn't the first time someone told me that. Did I forget something really important? Jesus fuck.
大事なのは過去より未来だよ。だから
I know what she's getting at, but
逃げてても記憶は戻ってきちゃうと思うんだ。
that's why I have to be clear.
それに俺自身やっぱりどうしても思い出したいんだ。たとえ辛くても俺は知らなきゃならないんだよ。
そうだよね。大切なことを忘れたままでいるなんて。
She mutters and grasps my hand.
この先こうにはきっとだからレインさんを大切にしてあげてね。
God damn it, Nanawa. Rain's like the last one I give a shit about.
あの人がずっとそばにいてくれるから。
God damn. That's why you need to treasure Rain. I'm sure she'll stay. Like, what are you saying, Nanawa? I'm sure she'll stay with you until the end. I can't count on my homies no more? I'm probably not. Like, he's probably gonna he's gonna have a flashback where he's like, did something horrible to his friends, and that's kind of why Chinatsu avoids him, right? But it's like, I hate how much this game wants to push Rain on me, because she's fine. But I genuinely don't care. Even after all the shit we've been through with Rain thus far, I don't care. I care more about the flashback scenes when we're hanging out with Masa, Nanoha, and Aki, and Chinatsu. Fuck, even the small amount we've seen of Sora. But obviously I know Sora's not gonna happen. But god fucking damn, dude. How the fuck? Why is she also saying something like that?
何かあったらこうをよろしくってすごく真剣な顔でお願いされちゃった。
レインが
でもね、私はずっとこうのそばにはいてあげられないかもしれない。だから
ナノハ
大丈夫。何かあってもきっとレインさんの
I
そ
don't
ばに
want
いてくれる。
Rain.
たとえ
I hate to sound like a
今の彼女じゃ
fucking
なくて
child right now. Like, no, I don't want her. I want a different one. But it's like, god damn it. Quit trying to shove Rain down my throat.
もう戻ろう。あまりレインさんを待たせちゃ
Fuck her.
かわ
I
いそう
don't
だから。
care. Keep her waiting.